The Zohar didn't appear as an extension of scripture, it actually appeared as a challenge to it. It presented itself not as commentary, but as revelation. The secret architecture of God, the universe, and every human soul. To its followers, the Zohar doesn't explain the Bible, it replaces the Bible's simplicity with a labyrinth of symbolism, numerology, and hidden cosmology. And in doing so, it became the beating heart of Kabbalah. Written in mystical Aramaic, intentionally encrypted, the Zohar was never meant for everyone. It was written for initiates, for those trained to decipher in concealed meaning. In its pages, creation is described not as a sovereign act of God, but as a cascade of 10 divine emanations, a metaphysical chain linking the infinite creator to the finite world. The Zohar maps the anatomy of the divine and transforms theology into cosmic biology. But the Zohar also warns of its own danger. The mention of Gehenom immediately echoes Jeremiah 7:30-32, where that place is cursed for the sacrifices of children to Moloch. Yet the mystics reinterpret Gehenom not as punishment, but as purification, another step away from scripture. And then the text crosses a line most readers never hear about. Among the 10 emanations is the Shekinah, the so-called divine feminine. To outsiders, she's framed as God's comforting presence on earth, full of empathy and love. But to actual Zoharic practitioners, Shekinah is something dramatically different. It's a cosmic victim assaulted by demons, enslaved by the Sitra Achra, the realm of evil, and even cannibalized in eternal spiritual war. Now, this isn't material I can freely show on screen due to its nature, but the Vatican manuscripts, specifically Vatican EBR 606, contains the original uncensored text for anyone who actually wants to go see it for themselves. Now, what's striking is that even occultists, people who openly practice magic, issued warnings about the Zohar themselves. Aleister Crowley and Helena Blavatsky both wrote, "The Zohar is a black magic grimoire in disguise." If the image of the Kabbalistic tree of life looks familiar, that's because it's the Zohar's blueprint. It's the framework not only for the Zohar, but of the Sefer Yetzirah, the ancient text said to reveal the formulas God used to create the universe. In this worldview, creation not happened through God's sovereign word alone, but through the manipulation of Hebrew letters and divine formulas, as if the universe were built by magical technology. Kabbalistic tradition teaches that the world was formed through 10 divine utterances, each acting like a code. The Zohar develops this further, describing these utterances as the body of the divine. Now, this is the moment where mysticism shifts into application. You see, practical Kabbalah is the Zohar turned into action, an attempt to use the power of the divine names to command the natural and supernatural world. It includes the summoning and binding of demons, healing through names, cursing enemies, and manipulating the elements of nature. And at the center of it is the Shem HaMaforash, the 72-fold explicit name of God, derived from Exodus 14:19 and 21. Now, in order to create it, practitioners would take the first letter of verse 14 through 19, and the last letter of verses 14 through 20, and the first letter of verses 14 through 21, repeating this process 72 times. The result is 72 names, each believed to be capable of shaping reality itself. Among all Kabbalistic rites, like dream incubations, amulets, the 231 gates, the dozens of Yehudim, one ritual stands